So the first thing I do is to use a primer, and today I'm going to go in with my Master Primer, Pore Minimizer Primer, and I've been loving this primer because it has really helped me with my pores and they look so much smaller, so I've been loving this product very much. And then I'm just going to be taking away some redness that I do have. I have some pimples in my forehead that I like to cover, and I also do tend to get very red on my cheeks, so I just like to cover it up with some concealer, and then I'm just using my beauty blender to blend it into my skin. So next up, we're going to be putting on some foundation, and I'm mixing these two together to get my perfect shade. And I will just say this right now to you guys so that you know, but I don't have my things with me right now, so I don't know what the names are on everything. So if you just scroll down to the description bar, you will see everything linked up for you. So if you want to check out what products or shades I've been using, everything is down below for you guys. So moving on to my eyebrows, I am just taking an eyeshadow from Makeup Geek called Corrupt, and I'm just going to fill in all the sparse areas and just trying to make them look as natural as possible. And then I'm just taking a concealer as my primer today, and we're also going to take a concealer brush and carve out my eyebrows to make them look very sharp and cleaned up. So before putting on any eyeshadow, we want to make sure that the concealer is all set by using a translucent powder, and this one is from Merciere, and it's my holy grail powder. I love this powder and it makes the blending so easy, so I always use that as a setting powder for my concealers. And then I'm going in with my SMASHIT palette, and I'm just taking this kind of yellow, I think it's a vibrant yellow, and I'm using this as a transition color before going in with darker colors. So next up, we're going to deepen up our crease a bit by using a orange, and I'm just taking a smaller blending brush to make sure that I don't take this color way too long up where we do have our transition color. So I'm just focusing this in my crease, and then we're just going to jump in with an even darker color. So for our darkest color we're going to be using today is this coral orange color, and I'm just focusing this right underneath my crease and also trying to kind of blend it up in my crease very lightly. And make sure you take your time with the blending because blending is the key for this look. And then I'm just going to be taking my concealer and carve out my entire eyelid so that we get a nice cut crease. Then I'm taking the coral color again on an angle brush, and I'm just going to follow that line that I did with the concealer, and this will help you make the look a bit more smooth and smoked out. I didn't want the cut crease to be too kind of sharp, so I went in with some more of that eyeshadow to make it more soft. Then I'm just taking that fluffy brush again, and with some translucent powder from Merciere, I'm making sure that the concealer is all set before going on with the next step. So today I'm going to be using some thick lashes, and whenever I do use very thick lashes, I like to just take my eyeliner and do a line as close as possible to the lash line, and this will help the lash line and also my lashes that I'm going to put on blend in together more easily. And then I'm just going to curl my lashes, put on some mascara, and then we're just going to glue on some falsies. So before continuing with our eyes, I'm just going to conceal my face by just using the same concealer as before, and I'm just highlighting the high points of my face or whatever I need to highlight, and I'm just taking my damp beauty blender to blend it into my skin, and then we're going to move on to the next step. So I'm going to be baking my face today by using the Merciere translucent powder, and I'm just using my beauty blender to place it on my face, and I'm going to be baking underneath my eyes, side my nose, and then also my forehead and chin. And then I'm just taking a big fluffy brush to kind of dust it all away, and then I'm just taking that brush as well and swipe it all over my face because there will be some powder left on that brush. So I use the leftovers to make sure that everything is all set. And then we're going to be doing our eyes again. And then I'm picking up this yellow color again, and then I'm going to be using this as a transition color again. We're more or less going to do the same thing as we did for the cut crease, but just now we're going to do it on our lower lash line. So I'm just taking my time blending everything in, and then we're going to move on to the next step. To bronze my face, I am using this little bronzer right here from NYX, and I'm just taking a blush brush to put this bronzer on, and then I'm using my blush from H&M, which I do not know the name of, but as I told you before, I have linked everything down below for you guys in the description bar below, so you can just check it all out there. So the next thing I like to do is just taking my Merciere translucent powder on my damp beauty blender, and I'm just putting some of that powder right under my bronzer to make sure that it's kind of cleaned up more or less, I would say. And then I'm just taking my Mirror Luminizer to highlight my face. So I wanted my lips to be kind of nude because I didn't want my lips to take over my eyes because I have such a vibrant eye, so I wanted to go in with something more nudish, and I picked up this NYX color, and I really love this color because it's a pretty nude, I think. And then I'm just taking a clean brush to take away that baking.